What is going on, SixersSync Nation? It's Matt back again for another installment on this channel. I wanted to do something a little bit fun, inspired by something that me and my friends did relating to the Sixers. So something very simple. We're just going to do a tier list of all the Sixers jerseys, or most of them at the very least, in the team's history, starting from the very beginning. And I'm just going to rank them from S tier down to D tier, something entertaining for you guys. So let's get right into it. So we got the tier list here. I am going to make it so that the jerseys will pop up in a big picture, starting with the pre-Sixer days, the Syracuse Nationals days. We have these ugly jerseys, white base or like a cream base with the red and the yellow. So that's a pretty simple ranking. Let's get into the actual Sixers era. So we have the Wilt Chamberlain era Sixers jerseys. Very simple, but obviously jerseys like this they don't impress me. They don't impress anyone nowadays. But it's not as bad, in my opinion, as the Syracuse Nationals. I think it's iconic because of Wilt Chamberlain and stuff like that. So I'm fine with it being in C tier for now. Part of the reason for that is because we have another, in my opinion, very clear S tier. This is the original half red, half white. Again, from the Wilt Chamberlain days, that's an easy D tier. We finally get towards something a little bit better, but not great. So this is pretty close to the Wilt jersey. I don't like it as much as the Wilt Chamberlain one. I don't know why. It just doesn't speak to me. I think it's the thicker numbers or something like that. So terrible start for the Sixers here. We've got our first red jersey. Red Filla. Numbers are kind of weirdly spaced. It's very bright red. I'm just not a fan of it. Look at this. We have 4 D tier jerseys. So the Sixers jersey history is not good to start. This is like very similar to this Wilt Chamberlain jersey and this one here. Very old. But I'm going to put it with C tier because I think these jerseys are pretty much the same thing. Then we have this, which to me, this is almost so red it's orange. This is ugly. This is hideous. The blue is not the blue that we know. The red is not the red that we know. This is D tier. So the Sixers were wearing some garbage. The Sixers were wearing some straight garbage to start their franchise out. Then we've got the first edition of the cursive 76ers fully spelled out jerseys. And I don't mind these jerseys. But obviously, like, it looks sloppy, and we have hindsight knowing that there's a better version that does come along later down the line. So this one's going pretty easily in C tier there. Getting into those classics with the Dr. J style jerseys here. I really do like this jersey, but I don't know if I love it. I think it's better than the classic era jerseys, but it's not A tier. I think this is going to be our first B tier. We've got a solid pyramid right now. We got 1, 3, 5 through. So this will be our 10th jersey here. So this is pretty much the same thing, just in white. But I don't think the white looks nearly as good as the blue, in my opinion. I don't like the difference between the red letters and the blue numbers. I think the blue is much better. And I think, you can take a look. C tier so far is all white jerseys. So you can kind of see what I'm thinking here. Then we got the real classic Dr. J jerseys. This is a hardwood classic. It's literally a hardwood classic. I mean, in my opinion, you can't go wrong. They basically took the original blues and made them better. This is A tier, no doubt. Then we're moving on to something very similar but with different text. So to me, I mean, it's very similar to the original blue jersey. I just don't like the extra little red. I don't like the number change on this jersey as much as the other Dr. J jersey. And I honestly think the text looks sloppy on this, even worse than the other blue. I think this is going in C tier. And then we got the white Dr. J Classic era jersey. I think it's good, but the blue is a different blue, it almost looks like, than the number blue. And I don't like how thick the red is on that border there. It just, to me, doesn't sit right. And I want to put it in B tier because I think color-wise it's as good, but at least in the picture that's on my tier list, it looks sloppy. So we're blazing through these right now. Now we got again, still in the Dr. J area, but now these remind me a lot of Moses Malone. And I do like these red jerseys. I think they're the best red jerseys on this list so far. And I definitely think they're better than the C tier jerseys. I think this is going to be B tier for me. I do like it. I think it's a classic style. People associate that with the last Sixers championship that they won. But these white jerseys to me are just a classic. And for a second I was really thinking A tier definitely, but The longer I look at it, the less I like it. I think the reds are better. And, I think this could be right in B tier below it, but I'm going to put it in a high C tier. I'm going to start doing that now. So I'm going to move this up. The blue, I'm actually going to put this over that. This is going to go above the Wilt Chamberlain. So, yeah, and the Nats jersey is definitely the worst jersey. I think the half-full Sixers is a little bit better than these ones. But, yeah, these are going to be rankings. So from right is the lowest. So stuff on the right is going to be lower. Stuff on the left is going to be higher. So, for example, like the blue Sixers here, this is like B1, and this is B2. Just that way we know going forward. This is a crazy jersey. The red jersey is crazy. I mean, this is like, it's just so different. It's so different, and the red was definitely the more different of the two because there's the white one as well. Like, I think it's better than the Wilt jerseys, but I would take the original script. I would take these whites and the blue. It's not as good as what I consider to be the Moses red. No, but the white is where they were cooking with these. And I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to put these pretty high up this list. Right now, they're going to go middle B tier. I got to show love to the Dr. J blues and the original blue here. I think it's better than the Moses Malone reds, but it's not quite A tier. We're not quite there yet. And then we go to, this is the first Iverson jersey we're seeing on this list at all. So this is a red with a blue side. This is when the Sixers kind of did another rebrand towards the mid-90s. And I think it's a cool jersey, but I really don't know where this belongs on this list. I do not know where this belongs on this list. I think it's better than the red, like, shooting star Sixers, but I think I'd still take the script writing over it. I like that one a little bit better. The whites, though, I do like the white versions of these jerseys. And honestly, oh man, this is tough. This is tough between these red ones with the block letters and the new, like the 90s white. I'm going to put the 90s white over them, right behind the shooting star whites. Because I do like this jersey a lot. I don't like it more than the ones above it, but it's clearly not as bad as the ones below it. And here it is. For the first time, as you can see, it's here a couple times on this list. But this is the original black jersey from the early 2000s era finals run. I mean, this is a classic. Would argue that this is one of the best jerseys in NBA history. And this is undoubtedly going to be S tier. And we don't really have to debate that too much. And then you have the white version. And I think the white is just as good as the original black. And I think it really does belong in S tier with the black jersey. Because I think this, to me, is just as iconic. It doesn't get as much reputation or as much respect because the black jersey is just that good. But I definitely don't think it's A tier. I don't think it's going to be on par with the A tier jerseys. And I think it's just as good in combination with the white as it is with the black. And then we got the blues. The blues are where you really find out a lot about your fellow Sixers fans. Because blue is an iconic Sixers color. You see where the blue jerseys have ranked on this list. It was the first A tier on this list. There's some solid rankings, but I don't really like this. I don't like it. It's definitely not S or A tier. So at the very best, it would be B tier. But I think it's a high B tier. I think it's the highest B tier jersey, or C tier, excuse me. I think it's the highest C tier jersey. I don't know what it is. The blue rubs me the wrong way, especially this one. If you look, it's almost like a metallic kind of material, and I just don't like it. And then we have the hardwood classic version of the half red, half white, which is just as bad because it's unchanged. So that's going in D tier. Then we have when they did a redone version or a classic version of the Syracuse Nats jerseys in all red with blue. This is awful. This reminds me of something the Charlotte Bobcats would wear. I think it's bad. It's not as bad as the original reds because, you get the benefit of like the new fonts and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be stitched, but it's going in D tier pretty easily. Then we have the first like new rendition of the black jerseys. This is with the red cuffed sleeves. And the black jersey can only carry you so far. The collar and the sleeves are just ugly to me. But I think it's going in the middle of C tier, and people are going to see this and be like, dude, what are you doing with the black jersey in there? I don't like the red cuffs at all. This is also ugly. Look at this jersey. I don't even know how to describe this. It's the Phila basketball logo, not the Sixers basketball logo that we associate with the retros. in all red with a slight blue. This is ugly. This is D tier. This is a D tier jersey. It's better than the rest. Honestly, no, it's not. I would put the half red, half white over that. I think that's hideous. That kind of bright red, I don't know if the Sixers have ever done the bright red right. Maybe once in this franchise's history have they done the bright red correctly. And this was not one of those times. Then we have another rendition of the black jerseys. This one, if you can tell the difference between the two, this kind of has like the outer sleeves. Like it was more of those like when they did the baggy jerseys. And I think it's good, but you can just tell it's not the original. There are a couple different things. Like I think the shoulders are more black than the originals. And the colors are a little bit different. I'm going to put this in A tier. And again, I know people are going to be like, well, can you even tell the difference between those two jerseys? And it's like, kind of. Like, it's really negligible. It's not a big deal. But I just feel like the outward sleeves that, like, cut back in, I don't like them as much as the original where it's just straight down. Just do the jersey straight down. You don't need sleeves. You don't need collars or cuffs or anything like that. So then we go to the same thing, but in the white jerseys. And I'm just going to put it right next to it. It's the same thing for me. The colors are slightly different. It's a slightly like off-white. I do like the black lettering with the white jersey. Like I wish they had done the black lettering on the original white. I think this is a good jersey. Actually, I don't think it's that good. Because now the more that I'm looking at it, I see that off-white. It's throwing me off. And she's going to go in low B tier here. I'm actually going to put him behind the Moses Malone 83 Sixers red jerseys. Something about it's giving me t-shirt vibes. I don't like it. Then we go to like around just before the process Sixers, kind of into the process Sixers era. It's going to be the late 2000s, early 2010s. This is just a simple white Sixers, blue letters, red outline. It's nothing crazy. I don't think it belongs over a lot of jerseys on this list. So I'm going to put it right behind the ugly red jerseys. Not the super ugly red jerseys, but the uglier red jerseys. And speaking of red jerseys, this is one of my favorite renditions of the red jerseys. This was when they had just plain red everywhere. I mean, this was the process. You know, everything about this team was simple. You had the plain red, blue collar, white text with no border. I like this. It's simple. It does its job so well. And it's going to be a solid B tier. I think it's below these red jerseys. So far, these red jerseys have been holding it down in B tier. They've been like the measuring stick so far. But yeah, I'm going to stick with those red jerseys there. Then we have a Sixers practice jersey. Not much to say about this. It's nice. It's better than some of the real bad jerseys. I don't even know if I should be ranking this. It's going to go in D tier. It's a practice jersey. It's high D tier, though, because the lettering and stuff is done better than these, which is not good at all. Then we have a version of similar to the red jersey. I like the way that they just did simple. You do all blue, red shoulder, red collar, white text on its own. Both of these jerseys did the white text well. It's not a great jersey, and I don't like it as much as the red one, but I like it more than this white jersey. I think this white jersey is going down in the C tier, and I honestly think it's going below the original blue. So we're gonna shake up as we go. We're gonna shake up as we go. That's how we're gonna do it here. So next up is another red jersey, but I don't like this one as much. If you see, this has the white sides with the blue. Still all white text, which I do like. I love the simple text, but I don't like the white stripe at all. This is a bad jersey. To me, this is ugly. This is like down to Wilt Chamberlain times down here. I don't like that at all. It just doesn't look good. But then, look at this grail that they gave us. This is where the Sixers designers started to work, because this is a tough jersey. I love this. It's like a take on the original Dr. J jersey, but with the red fill instead of the white fill. You see how this is white fill with the red outline, and this is red fill. And I like this better. But do I like this better than the original Dr. J? Because the Dr. J is classic. This is too, but I don't even know if they ever wore this. They may have worn it. Maybe I'm a casual for that. But I feel like I've always seen this as like Iverson jersey, Wilt Chamberlain jersey, that kind of stuff. Dr. J. So I'm going to put it right below the iconic Dr. J Hardwood Classic jersey. But I do really respect that jersey. I think it's great. And then we get into cooking territory. Now there's a couple cream jerseys that the Sixers have done. This was the first one. This is the cream with blue text and blue number. So this was the original one that they did. And I like it, but I don't love it. I feel like, and this again is just hindsight because I know what's coming. I know what's coming is better than what this is. Because I like the text, but I don't like the all blue number. But it's not a bad jersey, if you get what I'm saying. Like, it's not a bad jersey at all. But I think it's going as a low end B tier. It was good, and it laid the foundation for something way better down the line. But it just can't get into this high tier. You see, I'm being very selective with this high tier. Even this black jersey is like on the cusp right now going down. Then we got the iconic. This was the Kawhi Leonard jersey with the white script text, just plain white. And this, of course, is an iconic jersey. Everybody that sees this jersey, they think of the Kawhi Leonard shot. They think of Jimmy Butler, all that type of stuff. And I do really like this jersey. I thought they did it well. This is like the first really, really good red jersey. But I don't know if I can get behind the plain white, really thin Sixers on the front. I think it kind of takes away from it a little bit. So I'm going to put it right in between these red jerseys. We got 3 red jerseys in a row here in B tier. Because I think this is good, but it's not these. It's definitely not these. Not this version. Not this red version, at least. Then we have the gray jerseys. Always a reminder of that series versus the Brooklyn Nets with Jared Dudley and Ben Simmons. This is a good jersey. This is like one of the only times, I think ever, that they really experimented with the star circle. And this is the only gray jersey on this list. And it's nice. It's different. But again, it's not great. I think this is a solid B tier. I think it's above the original creams, but I don't know if it gets into these red jerseys and, the stuff above it just yet. And look at this. I'm going to have to walk back on my star circle because then they did the white version. And I don't like the white version as much. I think it's worse. And I think it just slots in right after the original cream jersey, lower than the gray with the circle. And here we go. We're about to get into prime territory, in my opinion, for Sixers jerseys. Because I, for one, have loved just about every jersey that has come out of the Sixers in the last 5 or 6 years, including this one. The cream with the blue text. They changed the font a little bit. They did the full Philadelphia, and they gave red numbers with a little bit more discernible outline to the shoulders and the collar. And I love this jersey. I think this is definitely a high tier. But the question is, where? Does it go high B right here? Or should I put it in front of the black jersey here? Because I think it's good. Right? I think it's good. It's iconic. We always think of Ben Simmons when we see this cream jersey. But I think it's just going to be number 1 B tier for now. Because I don't think it's doing enough. It's still very simple. So next, we had the return to the script 76ers jerseys. As you see, the original is down here in C tier. I think this is better than the original. But do I think this is a great jersey? Not really. I don't think it's a great jersey. I didn't really like it when they wore it either. I'm thinking low B, high C right now. The thing that's messing me up is these blue original jerseys. And this blue jersey here. And I think this blue jersey is coming down. I think it's going to slot in as the high C. I'm actually going to put the original blue over it, the original throwback blue. And we're putting the script 76ers, the new gen one, is going in low B tier. Then we have a jersey that I hold near and dear to my heart, the Boathouse Row jerseys. I think of all the jerseys on this tier list, right? Obviously, you look at what we know now as the throwback jerseys as being some of the best design. But I really do think the Boathouse Row jerseys was the most creative design of any Sixers jersey on this tier list, from purely creativity. The outline of the Boathouse Row, it's like no other Philly team has done Boathouse Row ever. And I love these jerseys. And honestly, I'm fully prepared to put this in A tier. I think it's going right next to this other black jersey. This is the only non-throwback Sixers jersey that's black. All the other black jerseys besides the Boathouse Row are the throwback jerseys, which is saying something. It's the only time Sixers designers have stepped into that realm to do the black jersey, and I thought they did it very well. Then a jersey that I hate, and luckily this was a year to forget, and they didn't wear these that much. This is an ugly jersey. This was stupid. If you bought this jersey, man, I don't know even what to think of you. Because this is ridiculous. It's lazy. It doesn't even look good at all. It's trying too hard to be like a stitched looking jersey, and it's not stitched. So why would you even try to do that type of design? I didn't understand that. I didn't understand it when it came out. I didn't like it when it came out. This is D tier. This is like the one miss in the last 5 or 6 years of jersey design for this franchise. And then, man, oh man, along comes the blue Spectrum jerseys. This was a banger. The promo they did for this was amazing. I love these jerseys to death. I'm telling you, I love these jerseys to death. These are going to stick in S tier, and I'm putting them right next to the beloved black jerseys. That will probably be my hottest take of the video. I would die for the original Spectrum jerseys. I think they're that good. The colorway, the throwback vibe, like I said, the promo they did, they just looked good on the court with the court as well. It was awesome. Then we go again, script, this time script brotherly love. It's definitely better than the script 76ers. And I honestly don't hate this jersey. I do like this jersey quite a bit. And I think it's going to come here in B tier, right in between these red jerseys. I don't think it's better than the Jimmy Butler red, but I do think it's better than the jerseys below it. Then we go to one that I think is a little bit underrated, the Reading Terminal jerseys. I'm someone who loves a jersey design with a nod or like a reference to the city. I think it's the coolest thing. I love it for every city. Every team that does it, I always love it. And I love when the Sixers do it because it's stuff that, I can actually relate to. Stuff that I'm like, oh, Reading Terminal, like I understand the reference and why the jersey looks like that. I love this jersey, and I think it's right below Boathouse Row. And I think that the city editions the Sixers have been putting out have been straight bangers. Now to the new gen association editions. The white is okay. I do like the white. I think it's a classic. I think it's one of the best whites that the Sixers have ever done. But it's like, do you put this above some of these iconic jerseys? And it's like, no, not really. It's going right below the script brotherly love. But the blues, though, in my opinion, this is the best blue Sixers jersey there's ever been. I think it's classic. I don't think they should ever get rid of it. I think it's better than the Dr. J jerseys because I think it just has the benefit of new design with the stars and the better looking shadow on the numbers and the letters. I just think it looks good. It looks good and they should never do away from it. Then we have the newer red jerseys with the blue underline on the white text, which I like better than the Jimmy Butler era ones. I'm about willing to say that these are the best red jerseys the Sixers have ever had. And I think they're going to go... See, I think they're better than these. I think they're better than both circle ones. They're definitely better than this, the other red one. And I would put them probably right about here. So they're not the best red jerseys ever. I just think these are more iconic than this. But this was really good. It was a Jordan jersey as well, which was very interesting. Like the 1 year they wore Jordan brand. But yeah. So all the red jerseys are done to this point. We have a white, a blue, and a black jersey. So we have the white Spectrum jerseys, which I also love. And honestly, the colors look good. It's not as good as the blue. And I don't think it's as creative as Boathouse Row or Reading Terminal. But it's better than these like weird black jerseys with the extended sleeves. Then we have the navy blue take on the cream jerseys, which I like more than the cream jerseys. And this is honestly really quick and easy for me. I think this goes right below Reading Terminal, above the weird black jerseys. It's not as good as Reading Terminal or the Spectrum or Boathouse or any of the ones above it. And then we have the throwback black jerseys. Now let me tell you something, because this is going to be controversial. Because obviously these aren't the original version, but they get the benefit of the modern design elements, the modern NBA jersey with the thinner shoulders, and I just thought that the design of it is better than the original. I'm going to be honest. I think that the throwback, like the new edition of the black jerseys, are better than the originals. I think these are the best jerseys the Sixers have ever made, and I'm very confident that I wish they would bring them back. I know someday they will be back. Just the way they look actually on a modern NBA player. It's not like the originals where the originals were baggy and like that was just the style at the time. This jersey is so good. And I can't bring myself to put it any lower than number 1 on this list. So that will do it for the Sixers jersey tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully it was fun. Hopefully you have some picks of mine that you disagree with. Something to digest as we wait for preseason and stuff like that. Thank you all for tuning in. As always, continue to love basketball, and I will see you all in the next video.